Welcome to Plain Talk Australia's Australian Airworthiness Directives database tool. This is the Microsoft 2007 application. If you want to talk about it, you contact me on email address sales@ptaaus.com.au or that mobile number, or have a look at my website, which is the same as the email address except www. Let's get straight into it. We'll clean up the master tables. We'll clean up the job tables, and that flashed like that because I've just done that. We download from the CASA tables every single Australian AD and the new foreign ADs that are now being looked at. This refreshes our master AD table in this database. Something in the order of 12,000 ADs. Okay, the table has been refreshed, and then we just make sure that all the equipment ADs are about the same. So we're going to delete 40, yes, and we're going to attach 40. So it was okay, but we'd just like to double check that. Let's go full screen again. Okay, we'll just change the date. That's used elsewhere. It just sets the save date. We have a record of revisions. You can see we're up to number 9. In fact, we're actually up to 25. The first few were not recorded this way. How to look at the ADs in detail should you not be savvy. And the reports, that's lasts for about 10 seconds. We'll come back to that shortly. We'll go to the job itself. Here's the job. You put in the job number, your own job number, your company name, the rego, and there's the date popped up from the front. And as you can see now, we'd populate the top with the aircraft, its type of operation, its engines, and if it has propellers. Of course it can do helicopters. We'd also put in the maintenance organisation that's doing this review, its certificate of approval, and the engineer responsible for this review. This can be a back office person, Tech Records. So let's just assume this is, keep this simple. This is a Cessna, I'll spell it right. Let's call it a 150. So from here we need to filter out, so it is under, and now we have all of the under 57 available, and we missed it, there it is, 50. So there's the airframe AD core selected. We'll do the same for the engine. It's a piston, and it's a Continental. Then we go down the equipment ADs, the trickiest area. Yes, we'd have to select electrical. We may want to look at hoses. We certainly want to select instruments because it's definitely got instruments, and so on and so forth. You would know what sort of propeller, you'd select that, and it's got radios. Let's just, for argument's sake, say it was prop fixed pitch as well. Prop fixed pitch, and we'll leave it at that, and you can look at others. Now if you look closely at these tabs, that's tab 1, tab 2, 3, 4 and 5, where the ADs will be pulled up, are currently blank. So we append those from the master table to this active job, and here are all the ADs we need to look at. There's 31 in the general ADs, there are 147 in the electrical and equipment ADs, which is always the biggest area. Airframe 26, and engine there are 36. Now in all cases where the word cancelled appears in the AD name, these do not appear, these are covered. All ADs come across as potentially applicable, and here's the steps on the front again. How to deal with a multi-engined, that's what you do, or multi-occurring AD. Let's just take a general AD example. Now they all default, as I said, to being potentially applicable, and let's say this one here is definitely not applicable. It's not a wooden aircraft, so we deselect it and we go on to the next. But guess what, when you deselect you have to give a reason. You can have a reason from the drop down, or of course it has to be logical, or just type one in. let's assume now that this propeller strike, well, that's definitely potentially applicable. So, but it's actually on condition, i.e. for the propeller. So there's no recurring frequency, so there's no need to do that. So that's quite a logical response for that. Let's have a look at piston engine. This one is definitely applicable, or potentially applicable, but it's not on a maintenance system, which most of them are not. Therefore it's going to have a frequency. And again, similar to the applicability, if you say it has a frequency but you don't put one in, it won't let you go on to the next record. And this is freeform. And that's no, I know that's not the right answer for that, but that's fine. And it could be any combination of any words, it's just a clue as to what to do. Then you look at the records to fix it up. And you go through the whole lot like so, until you're ready to run some reports. And let's look at all the ones that were deemed not applicable. It won't be very big at the moment. Here it is. So all the core ADs that we didn't select are now showing there. Preamble, your header details that we filled in, and there's the one that we did make a decision on, and that's the reason, signature for the coordinator. If, however, we looked at the potentially applicable, and let's just look at it this way, this will be a far bigger report because we haven't actually done the assessment yet. Header details, form, document control numbers at the top, a much bigger preamble, and here we now, these are somewhere for the tech records person to sign off on. If it's frequency, then you'd expect to see the next due, you write that in, it's not covered by the computer. Method of compliance, findings and results, it's also somewhere to sign off the AD for the current job. As you can see, there's one of 35, there's the coordinator signature there, should it be necessary. And in the case of a certificate of airworthiness issue, this is where the approved person signs off, in this case me. That's it. A simple but effective and very transparent database.